Hello and welcome to HBM's Crypto Corner for Wednesday, August 14th, 2024. We have a few things to talk about, so let's get started. First is video. Bigfoot photographed by game camera in North Carolina. A fantastic game camera photo from North Carolina shows a remarkably clear view of what appears to be a mysterious bipedal creature that some believe could be Bigfoot. The eyebrow-raising image reportedly emerged earlier this week by way of a Reddit post from an individual who claimed to have stumbled upon the picture online. Beyond the assertion that the photo was taken by a game camera in North Carolina, the circumstances surrounding the picture are shrouded in mystery. Be that as it may, the image sparked considerable discussion online as to whether it was or not it was genuine, and if so, what the weird creature might be. First of all, are they ribbing us with this? Are they ribbing us with this? It's a deadgum bear. It's a bear, period. It is a deadgum bear. My good friend Matt Arner pointed that out. So as far as I'm concerned, it's already debunked. Now, this video is from the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization. You know, those fine purveyors of objectivity. Right. Let's check it out.
North Carolina Bigfoot-like cryptid captured on game cam, purported to be Dogman. North Carolina game camera image purported Dogman. Could it be Bigfoot?
Okay, so with Bigfoot, which is it? Make up your daggum mind. Bigfoot,
Skunk ape,
foot,
or something entirely different. We ran across this image and tracked down what looks like to be the oldest post by Joey on Reddit. There is a caption stating, "Dogman caught on trail cam in North Carolina last night." The subject appears to be a real animal or creature with muscle definition. I'll enlarge the image 150%, then 200, and finish at 300, where the subject completely fills the frame. Where is its head? It must be looking down. The thighs on this thing look very powerful and thick, and look at the muscles on the back of the upper arm. Thick and powerful looking also. The front legs or arms look extremely long, or perhaps it's holding something out in front of it. Crazy, weird, and strange. I don't think this is a bear because of what looks like a reversed hinge joint.
Oh, big surprise. Kelly Shaw does not think it's a bear. That sounds about right. What a pineapple.
Seen in other animals like wolves, coyotes, and deer. Because it's leaning forward with its head completely down, as if it's looking at the ground, perhaps this creature is up on its toes, and what looks like a reverse hinge joint is actually the heel of a large foot, and it's utilizing a mid-tarsal break. All kinds of speculation and more questions than answers. We will report back on this if or when we find any answers that we have to what may have been captured on game camera in North Carolina. Keep on watching. We're going to keep on squatching.
We're going to keep on hoaxing too, obviously. It is a dadgum bear, though. I mean, you can tell it's a dadgum bear sitting up on its hind limbs. As far as this so-called double, whatever it was he called it, I don't see that. I don't see what Kelly Shaw sees in that photo. Reverse something. Absolutely ridiculous. But then again, the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization is pretty ridiculous. Yet another misidentification named as either a Sasquatch or a Dogman. As the late Renee DeHinnon would say, mind-boggling. And here's a rather long article from the Paris Review at the Great Florida Bigfoot Conference. The evening before the 4th Annual Great Florida Bigfoot Conference in the north-central horse town of Ocala, I was in a buffet line at the VIP dinner listening to a man describe his first encounter. I was on an airboat near Turner River Road in the Glades and I saw it there, he said. At first I confused it with a gator because it was hunched over, but then it stood up. It was probably 8 feet tall. I could smell it too. I froze. It was like something had taken control over my body. His story contained a common trope of Bigfoot encounters, awe and fear in the face of a higher power. I sat down at a conference room round table and gnawed an undercooked chicken quarter, looking around at my fellow VIPs, whereas the conference's master of ceremonies, Ryan RPG Golombeski, called us the Bigfoot Mafia. Most of the other attendees were of retirement age. Their hats, tattoos, and car bumpers in the parking lot indicated that many were former military, police, and or proud gun owners. Many were Trump supporters, beseeching fellow motorists, as one bumper sticker read, "Make the forests great again," a catchphrase which had been written out over an image of a Bigfoot on a turquoise background in the pines, rocking a pompadour. The sticker was a small oval on the larger spare wheel cover of a mid-aughts Chinook Concourse RV. Above it and below it, an inspirational quote font was the phrase, "Once upon a time is now." The couple who owned the RV cemented their identities with a huge homemade Truckers for Trump window decal next to a large handicap sticker. As a 36-year-old progressive, I was an outlier in this crowd, but like many, I was a believer. It bears repeating. I believe in the existence of the Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yeti, Wildman, or as it is called in South Florida, the skunk ape. There have been too many credible accounts and oral histories passed down over thousands of years to discount their existence. During my time working as a teacher on the Miccosukee Indian Reservation, I heard from students and elders very detailed and grave encounters with a large human-like primate in the swamp. In the course of publishing Islandia Journal, a periodical of hidden local folklore and history, I also meet swamp enthusiasts, historians, hunters, hydrologists, etc., who describe encounters clearly. Though I've never had an encounter myself, I believe these stories intuitively, told by those who had nothing to gain from their telling. Unfortunately, no biological evidence supports the idea that Bigfoot exists. Attendees of the conference wax rhapsodically about what the future holds thanks to eDNA. The discovery of primate DNA in the water or dirt near an encounter location will rekindle the possibility of a biological Bigfoot, but for now we're waiting. So it's just an article describing his time at this event. Should be an interesting article. Should be an interesting read. Video: mystery creature spotted in Chicago pond. Let's check this out.
Seems Animal Care and Control has cracked this case, and while wishful thinking led some to believe we'd be getting a sequel to Chance the Snapper, turns out officials say this is simply a surfing turtle.
I mean, this is Chicago. You never know what you're walking into.
And in Lincoln Park's North Pond, you never know what may emerge from the water.
The pictures that we had, it kind of looked like a snout sticking out of the water. It did look like a huge, long body.
For Armando Tejeda, it was an eventful Friday after getting a few calls asking if he'd heard anything about an alligator in the North Pond.
There's a lot of wildlife in the area, but this was big. This was like something that was between like 4 to 6 feet that he saw.
The public information officer with Chicago Animal Care and Control rallied his team and put boots on the ground.
We walked the perimeter a couple times, kind of checking the banks, checking the mud to see if there were any dragging marks or maybe some prints in the mud. We didn't really see anything, though.
That's when he called in the Chicago Herpetological Society.
They're the reptile experts.
And within minutes, these photos were, well, debunked.
It was actually, for lack of a better term, a turtle surfing in water.
Thriving with wildlife, including fish, ducks, and turtles like this smaller one we spotted within minutes of arriving. It seems this larger turtle was just having a bit of summer fun.
It was something different, and it was a learning experience for the people that were with us, too.
As for the reptile riding that rogue log, a board member with the Lincoln Park Conservancy shared this video of the massive turtle she believes caused, so many questions. Now, this month marks the 5-year anniversary of Chance the Snapper moving to Florida. He was discovered in the Humboldt Park Lagoon back in 2019. Now, Tejeda says he will have a team here monitoring the North Pond over the next several days, just in case. Reporting live in Lincoln Park, Casey Cronin, Fox 32, Chicago.
So that turned out to be something more mundane. I kind of figured that. I know I've heard of supposed sightings of Mothman in Chicago, but something in the water would be more than likely something more mundane. Something known, in other words, not something unidentified. Is an alligator out of the question in Chicago? Well, it depends on whether someone releases one into the sewers or not. Let's say somebody has a pet alligator and they decide to release it because they don't want it anymore, which is kind of risky in and of itself. I wouldn't do it. But interesting stuff nonetheless. Even though it turned out to be something more mundane, obviously. The business of Bigfoot. Sasquatch tourism brings cryptid curious to Colorado. You can listen to this article.
Denver, for $650 a head, Jim Myers leads cryptid-curious folks from around the world into the wilderness of Colorado's Park County for a 3-day camping expedition in search of the elusive Bigfoot. Myers' business, Rabbit Hole Adventures, provides tents, meals, guides, first aid kits, and satellite phones as part of the quest. He also brings night vision binoculars, thermal imagers, and cameras. Denver, for $650 a head, Jim...
That's the same thing, sorry. It's not the entire article, but this is just about the Sasquatch outpost in Bailey, Colorado. So apparently there's some Bigfoot tourism going on out there. Interesting. Well, there have been sightings near the Pikes Peak region, obviously, as well. Not sure how much of Colorado is forested. I'm sure it's quite a bit. In the mountains, the Sasquatch tribe could easily survive and even thrive there, I think. And hardly anybody would see them, or hardly anybody would bother them, I think. But it's cool stuff. Finally, I don't know if I've already covered this or not. Not sure if I have covered this. Probably haven't. Not yet, anyway. The third speaker for the upcoming 2025 Ohio Bigfoot Conference has been announced. It'll be none other than Dr. Jeff Meldrum. The Ohio Speaker number 3, the Ohio Bigfoot Conference Salt Fork is very proud to announce there are a third of 5 confirmed speakers. And back for his encore presentation for the Ohio Bigfoot Conference Salt Fork, May 3rd, 2025, is Professor of Anatomy and Anthropology and good friend Dr. Jeff Meldrum of Idaho State University. The event takes place at Salt Fork State Park Lodge in the heart of Ohio's Bigfoot country in rural Guernsey County, Ohio. Conference MC will be announced on Saturday, August 5th, 2020. I think that should say 2024. First of all, August 5th was not a Saturday. Tickets go on sale Sunday, December 1st, 2024. To keep up to date on OBC 2025, simply click and like the like and follow buttons at HD for the Facebook page. So, yeah, pretty exciting that Dr. Jeff Meldrum will be coming back to the OBC. He was a speaker there this year as well, 2024. Don't know who the MC is going to be. Don't know who the other 2 speakers are going to be. But it should be pretty exciting. I'm hoping I get to go next year myself. And that's going to do it for this week. We want to thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are the heart of the show. I always say that. I always mean it. I will continue to do this as long as you guys want me to. And I'm going back to weekly starting next week. I've already announced I'm going back weekly on HBM's UFO Corner. Speaking of which, check out the latest episode. I have done an episode about the Pascagoula alien abductions. That happened right here in the Magnolia State back in 1973. Or allegedly happened here in the Magnolia State in October 1973. So, until next week, y'all be good or be good at it. It's HBM's Crypto Corner.